welcome once again to As the Real Turns, your place for all things movie and television. We've got another fantastic show for you lined up. Last time we were on the show, we covered part 1 of our Superman Summer of Superman. We're going to now continue on with some more shows and more films, and we're doing all mainly live-action actors. And we've got my two returning friends to join us. We've got my friends Joe and Timothy to talk about Superman.
Hey!
Hey! Well, gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I appreciate you coming back.
Love that.
So, this ended in 1992, and like you said, this had to end for a reason. And that's because ABC was coming around with Warner Brothers and saying, we want to take Superman and we want to do something a little bit different. What's that? We want to make him a rom-com. Who's that? Superman? Okay, just go with it. And the following year, 1993, we get, okay, total bias. One of my favorites, if not my favorite, Superman show ever. That being Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman.
The show that killed Superman twice. You're just mentioning part 1. We'll get to how they killed him again.
I know. Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, though. This, I love this show. Starring Dean Cain and the beautiful Terry Hatcher. Yes, she's on my list too, as Lois Lane. The one thing I'm going to say, as you watch the cast here in the intro, again, personal biased, the best Superman cast ever. Dean Cain does great. Hello, Terry. Terry Hatcher does wonderful job as Lois Lane. Lane Smith, the perfect Perry White. 2 Jimmy Olsens, we'll get to him in a bit. The parents, Eddie Jones and Kay Callan, perfect parents. Everybody in this show was cast so well. This show lasted 4 seasons, and it was basically the Superman rom-com. It was mainly focused on the relationship between Lois and Clark. Great title. And there were, although obviously there are only 2 stars of the show, there were really 3 main characters, because you had Clark, Lois, and then Clark playing Superman. It's like Superman was a third wheel sort of in this relationship. There were a lot of, and Superboy did this too. A few villains were brought in from the comics. Both shows had villains like Metallo were involved.
Raimi! Kill her! Let her go, Corbin. It's me you want.
Oh, you got that straight, pretty boy.
I hope you don't think I'm antisocial, but I'll keep my distance this time. Because you didn't give him the ability to leap like I told you. Shut up! You know, there's a major flaw in creating a man with a metal body. Metal melts. No! No! Ah! Ah, no!
Lex Luthor did come into this in the first season, played by, you're going to love this, folks, New Hampshire native John Shea.
An astonishing debut, Superman. Well, haven't you heard? That's what they're calling you. It's international news. So, to what do I owe this honor?
I came to tell you that I know who you are. Who you really are. I suppose on its face it was a good plan. Destroy Prometheus so that you could put your own space station in its place. Then not only would you make billions from the patents of the vaccines developed, but you would also be the supposed savior of the space program.
Well, it's an interesting theory, Superman, but I'm afraid that's all it is. Well, I trust not. But, as they say, let the games begin.
Oh, one more thing. If you ever need to find me, all you have to do is look up.
Full head of hair, by the way. But I'll be the full head of hair. I think you did a really good job as Lex Luthor. I liked him. And it was you could definitely see the relationship line up through all 4 seasons. Friends, dating, and then I'm gonna just get it over with, say it, engaged, married. It was a 4-chapter series. So Timothy, with all that bias in check, what are your thoughts on Lois and Clark, Dean Cain, the whole show shebang?
Yeah. Again,
I'm gonna hide behind this.
No. This one, I'm with you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. No, I saw a few episodes when it was on, and again went back through because it's been a few decades for me.
Sure.
Sorry. And it holds up.
It really does.
Their performances are good. This was. For comic book fans, you'll know what I'm about to talk about. The rest of you, go look it up. This was post-crisis.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
in comic books, for the first time ever, now they do it every couple of years, DC reset its whole universe, killed all the alternate Earths.
Yep.
And in the wake of that, John Byrne took over writing Superman at DC, and that was when Superman stopped playing Clark Kent, and Clark Kent started playing Superman.
Right.
Even in the comics, when he wasn't in the outfit, I remember one scene in the comics where he's back on the farm. Lana's out there with him because she knows he's Superman. He's there without his shirt, all of his muscles, just breaking wood with his bare hand because they need wood for the farm.
Sure.
John Byrne brought Jonathan and Martha Kent back to life, and yeah, they look like the Kents in here.
It's so good.
Yeah, and I have to say, Dean Cain is the perfect Clark Kent.
Yes.
Okay, Superman, I don't know. Okay, but he's the perfect Clark Kent, which is what this show was.
He says he can get you what you want.
Lois?
Clark.
Shut up. Blow. Mess up, and she'll look like a goalie for a dart team.
Okay, Spencer, here's the deal. I'm Superman.
Clark?
What?
I am Superman.
No, he's not.
Lois, stop.
No, he's not.
Yes, I am.
I think you should know. This man is insane.
Lois.
So, where's the suit? No, don't tell me. You left it at home.
As a matter of fact,
What?
Someone get him out of here!
keep your eye on the candelabra.
Clark?
Gee, am I impressed.
Is there a kryptonite here?
I have that feeling.
Well, Spencer, you figured me out. I'm not Superman.
He's not Superman.
A passing resemblance, maybe.
It's a thing he does at parties.
So, now, if you'll just let her go.
Enough!
Is that the train?
yet?
No, it'll be here any second.
What do you think?
I think he just fainted.
Here it comes!
Like you say, Superman was the third wheel.
Yeah.
One thing I discovered reviewing it that I had missed the first time through, they inverted. Normally, when he's Superman, he has the
Yes.
lock of hair down,
Yep.
and when he's Clark Kent, it's back. In this show, it's different. When he's Superman, his hair is slicked back, and when he's Clark, that's when he's relaxed.
Yeah, I was going to mention that okay, we all know that he can change real quick into Superman, but it's like, quick, I need my hair gel.
Yes. Terry Hatcher was wonderful. I first came across her playing opposite Scott Bakula
Yes.
in Quantum Leap.
Yes.
For a series episode. It was one of her first things. Of
Yes.
course, many people out there know she went on to do Desperate Housewives
Right.
for many years.
Yep.
She's very multi-talented. Yes, it's very heavy on the romance, very 80s live-action Beauty and the Beast. You can feel.
Wait till we cover that show.
Yeah, you can feel your heart trying to stop from all the sugar that the show is putting on it. But they make it work.
They do. They really do. And I mean, I always say that. Bear with me, folks. We're Star Trek fans. We're just going to throw these references at you.
Can't avoid it.
Can't avoid it. I always say, I always say that Avery Brooks and Surak Lofton, when they were on Deep Space Nine as Ben and Jake Sisko, they were believable as father and son. These two were. You could tell. You wouldn't be able to know that they were just actors.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with these two. These two, you could tell that, oh my gosh, I think they're actually in love with each other. Mm-hmm. That's how well they did it. And Joe, I mean, Dean Cain, he was originally slated to be a director. He wanted to be a director and a writer, and they said, no, how about you want to do this Superman show? And he said, okay. And he did write and direct a few episodes of this, but this show, it was, again, the heavy romance is there, but there were a few changes here and there. Like the first season was very less action-centered because they were focusing more on romance, but then producers said, well, we got to bring more Superman in here. And it kept growing and growing, and they brought in more characters, and they got rid of characters.
Excuse me.
Catherine Grant, Cat's Corner.
Oh, yeah, I've read your column.
Oh, then my reputation precedes me.
Among other things.
You know, I know what it's like to be new in town. Lonely. I'd be happy to show you around.
So that's very nice of you, Miss Grant.
Cat.
What are your thoughts here on Dean and Lois and Clark?
Now you can hide behind your sign. Because, in all honesty, I became familiar with Lois and Clark because of my ex-wife. She was big into the romance and all that happy crap.
I can see that.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay. And the thing is, we could have brought her on here. You'd have loved her with her assessment of it.
We love Joe.
However, we kept her away because you do not want a Jerry Springer action going on here. So.
Okay, yeah.
This is not that type of show.
Exactly.
Not that type of
Exactly.
show. Okay.
Now, that being said.
Okay.
will say that I wasn't a major fan of this particular show because of the heavy-duty romance thing. When you put in there Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman, I'm expecting to see Superman. The hero, okay? Not a love story between the other two characters.
Sure.
Now, granted, you were both talking about your, I forget the words you used, but, Terry Hatcher has always been one of my favorites. So, and she's one of the reasons I kept watching, even though I really wasn't into the romance whole idea of this whole show.
Yeah.
Dean Cain, I'm going to disagree a little bit because, to be honest, I didn't find him believable. I mean, maybe
in either role.
Maybe
Superman
in
or
a Clark Kent, but not the Superman thing.
Okay,
I mean, because if you're doing a romance comedy, he had the look that they wanted for a romantic whatever, two beautiful people being in love, doing whatever it is they do. So he was good with that, but I did like you did, and I backed up and I caught up a few episodes just to remind myself of what it was I was going to say when I got here, because
I appreciate that. That's called homework, people.
Well, that's it, And the whole thing is when I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, that's why I didn't like it, because in the defense of the people who created this film or this show, I'm not a romance type of guy. I mean, I'm action
So you're
adventure.
saying they made the show they wanted to make. It's just not your show.
It's not my show. There you go. Better way of putting it. Thank you very much. But it just wasn't my thing.
And that's fine. You know, I have my same thoughts about a lot of different things that people like. But I will say that they did include a lot of different elements. I mean, like Superman there's a major heat wave, and Lex accuses Superman of the heat wave, so Superman goes to jail.
And spread them, if it's okay with you.
Sorry.
All right, we'll start over here instead.
What'd he get, a speeding ticket or flying too low?
Press firmly. Let's move on.
On line, please. Profile left, profile right. Smile, please. And again. One more time. Thank you.
I get a phone call, don't I?
Right over here. It's on me.
Thank you. Hello, Chief. This is
Clark? Is that you?
Yes, sir, it is.
Where are you?
I'm down at the police station.
Oh, good. Now, I want a first-hand account of Superman's arrest. Don't leave that building until he goes back to court.
That shouldn't be a problem, Chief.
You gonna break us out of here?
No, I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, that's right. You can't use your powers.
Oh, he's no better than the rest of us, boys. I'm crying buckets. Watch this. Watch. What? Hey, I'm slapping Superman. Watch this. Ooh, I'm stepping on Superman's foot. I'm tugging on Superman's cape.
What are you gonna do next?
Now watch this.
Win?
Watch.
You messed with Jim.
You want to help me out here? You want to help me out here?
Sorry. Like you said, can't use my powers.
And there's a great bunch of scenes when he's in the the thumbprint line, and they're funny. When Clark and Lois are going on their first date, you can see them each getting ready, and Lois saying, "Oh, that dress is not good. Oh, that dress is," and Clark's like, whoosh, "Nope, nope." Yeah.
Okay.
smoking.
Which I love that. And then at the beginning of the third season, she does find out with a great scene. You know, he proposes to her, and she asks, great line. He says, "Will you marry me?" And she says, "Who's asking, Clark or Superman?" And
Come on, give me a break.
You want to go back?
If the earth opened up at my feet, I wouldn't move until I'd said this. Lois? Will you marry me?
Who's asking? Clark? Or Superman?
I love that. And because of that now, you know, she calls him Clark even when he's in the suit, and he's like, "You can't say that. I'm Superman. Say Superman."
Yeah.
And then when they finally get married, it was a few months ago that I rewatched the whole thing because I said I'd never seen it all the way through, and I said, okay, maybe they were also wondering because like the romance maybe, or the flirty romance fizzled when they got married. That I heard that rumor once, but I don't think so. They really kept it going, and okay, they did some silly stuff like ghosts and. Oh, there's a new Krypton, so Clark's got to go to New Krypton.
Get them some chairs or something.
On New Krypton, we do not get hostages, chairs.
You know what? I don't like New Krypton. There, I said it. I know that you're supposed to be so intellectually advanced, but I think you're a bunch of creeps. And I'm sorry that Kal-El ever even gave you the time of day, much less sacrifice everything to save your stupid planet. So, are you going to shoot us over a couple of chairs?
But there again, like so many of the shows and movies that we have talked about, will talk about, they were lifting far more than Marvel has done, and Marvel did it a lot. Yeah. But they were lifting plot points and storylines out of the comic books, and they were going back and forth. They were feeding off each other, which, if I may throw in, which is how this show killed Superman, because at the time, if anyone out there, if anyone out there remembers a character called Doomsday, at the time this show was on the air, the way DC was running their comics department, because they had figured out you can sell graphic novels and you can sell 6-part and 12-part storylines. So they were planning an entire year's worth of story all at once in the bullpen. And at the beginning of the year, they would throw out all their silly ideas just to get them out of the way. Okay, what if Superman turns into a woman? You know, what if you know, he and Lois get married? What if Superman abandons Earth? What if we kill Superman this time? Okay. Now, what are we actually going to do this year?
The marriage. Let's stick with that.
Well, the year came. They said they've been dating for so long. We're going to have them get married. And DC came to their bullpen and said, "Oh, sorry guys, you can't. We've promised ABC, Lois and Clark, they'll be allowed to do the wedding first." Yeah. Now all the Superman titles are up against deadline. They have nothing to do. They go back to the bullpen, and this time when someone says, "Why don't we just kill Superman?" they're like, "We have nothing better." And thus we get Doomsday.
Yes.
So Lois and Clark killed Superman.
I've heard that exact same thing, and that's absolutely right. That, you know, the way things, everything fell into place. But as the show goes, though, I love this show. Yeah. I could watch it again and again and again, and for years I have. And with Superboy, they kind of also had their huge line of special guest stars. I mean, the list went on and on and on, from like Drew Carey to Shelley Long to Tony J to...
Are you talking Superboy or Lois and Clark?
Lois and Clark.
Okay.
The list went on and on and on and on.
Denise Crosby.
Denise Crosby, yeah. But so it was really, really fun, and this is the show that I would definitely recommend. Hold on. We're getting actually a special transmission. Yeah.
Daniel, how are you, my friend? It's Dean Cain. So, I want to say congratulations to you for graduating from Cain State College in New Hampshire in journalism. In this day and age, to be a journalism student, it's got to be pretty amazing because the news has become the news in so much of the world, in so many parts of the world. And you realize how important it is. Obviously, I do the news on Fox News, and I do it on CNN, and I do it on NBC. I do it kind of everywhere, but mostly Fox. I appreciate you watching some Lois and Clark, some Hallmark stuff, and the Fox stuff, and even the film Gosnell. I appreciate that. Your folks, your mom and dad say that you watch that stuff. They watch that stuff. I understand that you write and you post fan fiction, and you have a TV and film radio show and a YouTube interview show. Daniel, you are rocking it, my friend. You are rocking it. Hopefully one day I get to be on your show and we'll talk some politics and we'll talk some world. We'll talk some fan fiction. We'll talk whatever you want to talk, my friend. Congratulations. A huge accomplishment to graduate. It's going to get a little frustrating in the next couple of years, I'm sure, as you sort of sort out what you're going to do and how that's going to work, and you're going to feel frustrated, but persevere, push on, stay true to yourself. Good luck. We really need some strong journalists in this day and age, and I hope that you, Dan, will become one of those go-tos. All my best. Congratulations again. Cheers.
Yes, that was him. That was Dean Cain. We had a special video from Dean Cain. In reality, that was actually a video he did for me back when I graduated from Cain State, and he sent me a special video. Wasn't that nice? That was really nice. Speaking of which, I actually got to meet him one time, and I have to say, I told him, look, you are my Superman. You were so good. I love your show. And I got to say, the biceps on this guy were huge.
First season, first or second episode, he greets Lois at the door wearing a bath towel.
Yes.
I said 9. I thought you'd be naked. Ready.
I was on the phone. I'll be out in a jiff.
Yes. I swear he had his shirt off more than he had the suit on.
Yes.
Or just as much. Who does he think he is? William Shatner?
Shatner wishes.
Shatner wishes. Can't say anything about that. That threw me off. I mentioned the Jimmy Olsens. We had one guy, Michael Landis, who played him the first season, and then Justin Wallen, who I think was just a better fit for the role. He looked more like a Jimmy Olsen. But the story goes they canned Michael Landis because they said, you look too much like Dean Cain.
Oh.
So go figure, I guess. But the bottom line here is, go watch Lois and Clark. You will love Lois and Clark. It is so good. The finale of the show, not so great. But
definitely
not so great. But there are always rumors of them coming back for a TV movie, a 5th season. Let's make it happen. Both Terry and Dean want to do it. Dean might be a little busy right now given the recent announcements about him. But you know what? That's okay. We can bring him in. Why not? So go watch Lois and Clark. You're going to love it. It's a love fest in all the right ways. All right.
Said love fest, not snore fest.
All right. That's enough praise for now, because now the praise train ends for me. All right. So we were coming to the end of the 20th century. The show ended in 1997. Very fitting for Terry Hatcher because that same year she was cast as a Bond girl in Pierce Brosnan's Tomorrow Never Dies, his second Bond film, to which they awfully killed her off like halfway through the film. Thanks a lot. Anyway, we were nearing the beginning of the 21st century. And the 21st century, those early 2000 years, there was one thing on everybody's mind.
Angst.
Angst. Emo. Angst.
Can't blame the 20s. The 90s started it.
The 90s started it, yeah. It just only hyped up, though.
This is true.
And so we had to literally, both literally and figuratively, strip everything down to its bare bones. And this little channel called the WB that would become the CW said, okay, ABC, we want to take Superman off your hands, given because we're the WB, and we're gonna bring Superman back to his roots. We're gonna do a show about him younger. And somebody said, we already did that. That was Smallville. No, I know that was Superboy. And we said, no. We have a mantra for this show. What's your mantra? No flights, no tights. And we're going to make him angsty because we're the early 2000s and the late 90s. This is Smallville. Okay. I'm okay now. Smallville. Lasting an amazing, whopping 10 seasons. Basically, it's about Clark Kent growing up in Smallville and his life discovering who he was. Oh, we'll get to that scene. And finding out who he really is and who he will become. First of all, I want to say, welcome back, Annette O'Toole from Superman 3. Now she's not playing Lana Lang, but she's playing Ma Kent. Looking pretty young at Ma Kent, but okay.
His girlfriend and his mother across wow, yeah.
Questions?
Freud?
Yeah. It's not a conversation for now. Anyway, so, and the show does progress. Clark grows up. He finds out all about his powers. We get a lot of connections to Superman lore. And yeah, in the end, he does become Superman. Okay. Here are my problems with the show. Angst is the major problem again. Angst is all over the show because it's like, I'm with you, Joe, because if you saw a show that said Superman in the title or something to do with Superman, I want Superman.
Well, this one doesn't.
Well, yeah, but...
But it starts out that way, though. I mean, they bring him in to begin with. I mean, he does display his stuff, although on the down low, so that nobody can see it. But I will say, out of turn at the moment, but that's what brought me into it in the first place.
Okay.
I mean, again, my ex, she was a TV hound, probably still is, I wouldn't know. But, but the thing is, she started watching it, and I'm like, hey, what's this? So I started looking around, and there was enough there to actually keep me interested.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the thing. I mean, yeah, there was angst, and yeah, there was him hiding his powers to begin with, but they brought him out enough for me to be, hey, okay, this could be interesting, and that's it.
And I will say, Tom Whelling does a very good job. Mm-hmm. He does play the role very, very well.
Again, hope we can still be friends. And I'll back up when it's my turn.
Yeah.
I think Tom Whelling might actually have been a better Clark Kent than Dean Cain.
Okay.
And when you're done talking, I'll defend that point of view.
I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But no,
Yeah, I was going to say, you won't have to defend it with me. I'm in full agreement.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're outnumbered 2-1. Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
I knocked off our red sun.
Oh, no.
Well, that means I'm powerless now. But, but here's the thing. The one rule of thumb with any show is that you should never judge a show by its pilot.
Yeah.
Right.
Case in point again, Next Generation. Mm-hmm. We all know. But I remember I was watching this pilot, and the one scene that turned me off, the cornfield scene. the Scarecrow scene.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I said, what in the world is going on? This is not Superman. This is Superman pretending to be Jesus.
You like her necklace? Huh? Good. It's as close as you're ever gonna get to her.
Never changes. Help me. Hurts, doesn't it? You're Jeremy. I thought if I punished them, it would stop. But it never stops. Wait. Where are you going? Homecoming dance. I never made it to mine. Get me down, please. You're safer here.
The character has been compared to Jesus for years. The idea of like the favored son, the powerful son coming to Earth, saving everybody, dying.
Also, Christopher Reeve. That in the comics that didn't really exist before Christopher Reeve. But keep going.
Yes. And then dying, coming back to life, so on and so forth. But this, obviously the similarities can't be unseen. Because if you don't know the scene, if you're the one person who wasn't a CW superhero fan.
Me.
There you go. Me. Clark Kent, brand new to Smallville High, as the scene goes, has been pranked, chosen, teased, whatever, to spend the night in the local cornfield as the Smallville Scarecrow. And he's strung up on this wooden post, his arms outspread. Tell me you don't hear and see the similarities here.
With the red S spray painted across his
With the
chest.
red S spray painted.
For Smallville.
Oh, sure. Sure it is. I'm sure Whelling and the writer said, this is gonna work great. We're gonna put a red S on him. People will love it. The other thing that adds the pain here is that he has a little crystal of kryptonite around his neck as like a necklace or something like that. Something they found. So he's in agony on this thing. So, I mean, Timothy, is this necessary, or am I just going crazy and the similarities are not there?
The scene or the show?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, that particular scene, was completely overblown.
I'm not crazy, am I, with the similarities?
Again, you're assuming the two are mutually exclusive.
Well,
so
yeah.
I mean, you can still be crazy.
We won't stop you.
Thank you.
That scene was overdone, and I am so glad I went back and did research, as you call it.
Sure.
Sampled it as it went along. Because, yes, one of the things that turned me off on the show and had never gotten past season 3, tried angst coming out the ears.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take this angst, tie it around Aquaman's legs, and drop him in the ocean, and he would drown. Okay. The other thing was the villain of the week syndrome, and really so much the monster of the week syndrome.
Sure.
Now,
that's fair. Yeah. That's absolutely.
Now, part of the premise of the show is not just that Clark landed in Smallville, but when his ship landed, his ship had a warp drive, whatever.
Warp drive.
Yeah. Well, something to get him from Krypton to Earth quickly.
Kryptonian drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, the wake of that ship dragged portions of Krypton with it. Smallville has become the meteor capital of the world.
The first thing I noticed is the Smallville sign Did you guys know what it says?
Yes, it says
Cream corn capital.
Cream corn capital of the world, and it had, I forgot how many
Yeah.
people, but the
I don't know why I
second
had to
time
say that so
around, later
fast.
on, it's meteor capital of the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, how good was the cream corn then? Not that great.
Never had it.
Never had Smallville cream
Hey,
corn.
you know what's funny about Smallville is it's Kansas, right?
Yeah.
And look at all the pine trees.
What are you
that was
gonna
always
do?
a fun thing because
What are
there's
you
no
gonna
pine
do?
trees
No.
over there. But anyway,
Also thought, I mean, why 45,001? Why did they do the and one?
Maybe
Huh?
one meant maybe Tom's Kal-El.
Well, there was 25,001 when the
and then
meteor
there was
hit.
45,001?
And then it was 45,001.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. That's something we should ask the creators about. Why does it say and one? Why is it just an even number?
it would have been funny if like every episode we go past that sign and the numbers change.
They just
every
keep
week.
going down because people are dying in Smallville.
Yes, I saw
Uh, Uh, yeah. only ever in the whole series call them meteor rocks. As far as I know, they never call them kryptonite. Now, part of Clark's angst is the night he landed, one of those chunks landed on Lana's parents' car and killed them.
Ooh.
And he knows that. Okay.
Must have missed that.
Yeah. So, but as I stepped through the series, I found out that they grow up, they leave Smallville, they go to Metropolis and elsewhere, and they have character development. More characters are brought in.
Lois is brought in.
Lois
Yeah.
is brought in. And if you can get past the high school years, and it's a heavy lift. I will grant everyone it's a heavy lift. But if you can get past the high school years, this show has two major classic things going for it. The hero's journey, because when Clark starts, he doesn't have virtually any of his powers.
Yeah.
And as they kick in one at a time, he's like, how do I deal with this? How do I deal with it? One of my favorite episodes, right at the beginning, he's in class and he has a new substitute teacher who's wearing an ultra mini skirt.
I know where this is going.
And, you know, he's just so, we shall say, distracted by her that his heat vision kicks in.
Oh no, that's not where I thought.
Into other fluids, such as perspiration. The desired goal of all courtship behavior in mammals is to the female. The sperm travels up from
Okay, everybody, walk. Do not run. Leave your books. Let's go.
I wonder if we'll ever be able to do the same. Clark, what's wrong?
I'm not feeling so well.
Oh my God, you're burning up. Let me drive you home.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What happened? We're gonna call 911.
I'm not sure.
Lana.
Five scarecrows, 2 water barrels in our mailbox later.
Dad, you were right. Once I understood what triggered the heat, I was able to control it without thinking about sex.
No, his heat vision kicks in, and and alarms go off, fire. He goes home, and he has his parents, because they're trying to train him in his power. They're like, oh, well, this was the first time. Yeah, this has never happened before. Well, what were you thinking about when it first kicked in? And he's like, well, And Jonathan and Martha look at each other, and Jonathan goes, "Son, we need to take care of this right now."
Which I will say real quick,
Yes.
I like how they did it looks like actual fire, not just red beams
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
And the parents, Annette O'Toole and then Dukes of Hazzard's John Schneider.
Yes.
Are they the right fit for this?
I think
thought
they
so.
are.
Okay.
I thought so, yeah.
Especially John Schneider.
Yeah, absolutely.
You definitely get the feeling of this is a guy who's doing he is just a Kansas farmer.
Yeah.
Who understands I've been given the responsibility of training the most powerful being on the planet to use these powers correctly. Who am I to teach this?
Yeah.
Which, again, this is just me, again, going crazy possibly.
Yeah.
Foster parents.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The other thing it has going for it, Michael Rosenblum, is it?
Yeah, Lex and Clark are friends.
Yeah. Oh, they were for a long time in comics. Michael Rosenblum.
Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum.
Yeah. Rosenbaum.
The perfect Lex Luthor ever.
Okay.
As we're following Clark's hero's journey, we're following Lex's villain's journey, and he is never mustache twirling. He is never, I'm angry at Superboy for making my hair fall out.
Yeah.
He is never the mad scientist. Everything he does, he has an explanation for, and a legitimate explanation for. When he tells you on screen why he's doing what he's doing, at least as I'm watching, it's like, you have a point there. I can see why you're doing it. You're still being a jerk, but I can understand why.
Yeah, it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
What he's doing makes sense.
And as the show goes on, as the characters come in and they develop, they switch back and forth and back and forth. And there's a point in there where Clark is actually the villain of the show and Lex is the hero. And you can see each of them making their choices to become who they were. And one other thing before going on, as you watch this, you can see the beginnings of what today we call the Arrowverse.
Yes.
And that is not by accident. The actor playing Green Arrow, again, research, like the season after he originated the role on the show, was offered to play Green Arrow. And at least what I read, could be apocryphal, he said no, Smallville has developed into such a show, it has earned the right not to be overshadowed by a spinoff.
And then look what happens.
Yeah.
But not till after Smallville was off the air.
Which was smart.
Yeah.
Which was smart. No, I keep telling myself I have to give this show another chance.
Yes.
Because and I have to look past the pilot. And because I think the scene returns either in a later episode or a later season with somebody else and Clark saves them. But it's just, I don't know. It's not, it didn't grab
that
me.
initial,
It didn't grab me. And we all have a former coworker and friend of mine who I've said it before, I'm going to just say it again. My good friend Amanda, who was a coworker of ours, she was crazy about this show.
Yeah. I can see that, especially the generation she's of,
And I'm going to look down at this camera here, and I'm going to send her this clip of the show, and I'm going to tell her, Amanda, you mean a lot to me, but guess what? There's more to Superman than just Smallville. Okay, love you, bye. Anyway,
but what you were saying about Lois and Clark ending too abruptly, this ended too abruptly. It had a 2-part season finale that should have been a 3-part series finale.
And he's in the tights.
At the very end. how does Tom Whelling come off as Superman? Don't know. He was Superman for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
He literally does like that, and that's about it.
But the resolution of the crisis is almost as fast as, oh, Superman is here now. Bad guy has to run away and hide. It was almost that fast.
That's fair.
Now, one last thing, what I said before about Christopher Reeve setting an insanely high bar.
Who did guest star on the show.
Yeah.
Does any of that look familiar? What is it? It's a message from the stars, Clark. All my life I've been staring out into space, wondering is anybody else out there? And then 13 years ago, I got an answer. Day of the meteor shower. And one of my receiving stations picked up a faint signal. It took me years to decrypt it. And finally, I discovered a mathematical key that was built into the transmission. Can you read it? Yes. It says, "This is Kal-El of Krypton, our infant son, our last hope. Please protect him and deliver him from evil."
Why me? There must be a reason why I was sent to this planet.
You won't find the answers by looking to the stars. It's a journey you'll have to take by looking inside yourself. You must write your own destiny, Kal-El.
Again, last season, last couple scenes of the series, of the whole series, and not giving anything away. We know Lois and Clark end up together. Last scene before he has to go off and be Superman again, they're together in the stairway. They start playing the love theme from Superman the movie.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And then as he hears, oh, there's a crisis, boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
And they start playing Christopher Reeve's Superman. Wonderful. I get what they were going for. He is Superman now, okay?
Yeah.
But again, Smallville had earned its place. They should have ended it with Superman, with Smallville's theme. They really should have.
Which I will say lastly is that, you know, one of the few times now that Superman has a pop theme as his theme song. Again, this is early 2000s. I can't think of another, you know, franchise that had beautiful instrumental pieces for years and then had a pop song all of a sudden in its own prequel. Pfft, can't think of anything, no.
Somebody say
Anyway, my thoughts are, if you like Smallville, go watch it. You might enjoy it. It's a lot of angst, but
get through the first few seasons.
Get through the first few seasons.
Yeah. Or skip them. Because we know who Clark and Lois and Lana are. Skip the first few seasons.
If I may interject, though,
sure, go for it.
I would dare say don't skip the first few seasons, because that kind of set the pace, in my opinion. I mean, that set the pace for what was going on throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And not only that, I personally am going to say that you're going to miss some good performances by the other actors in there.
That's fair.
Now, I'm going to throw something out there, but one of the things that kept me coming back in the earlier season was Chloe Sullivan.
Yes.
Allison Mack. Okay.
Okay.
But I thought that Allison Mack was a decent actress, and I liked the part she played in there, which kind of
Didn't she get in trouble?
Huh?
Didn't she get in trouble?
She
all,
did
every episode.
But
No, I meant the actress,
well,
but-
yeah, but I think you're okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and then there was also the guy that played the friend.
Pete Ross.
Huh?
Pete Ross?
Pete Ross, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and
He's a character from the comics, but a lesser known one.
yeah, but that's just it. But the guy who played him did one very, very awesome job. I mean,
Yeah.
So there was some good supporting characters in there who also led to the development of
Yeah,
Clark
and Chloe's there for the whole season, whole series rather. She's
Right.
For Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. She's the Willow of Smallville.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
So yeah, I would suggest. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Jump over it if you don't think you want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But I would suggest try taking it from the beginning and see what you think.
it's better
Yeah.
effects than Superboy.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
So you know, our Magic and Tech team has a whole bucket of red kryptonite to throw at us in a second here. So I'm going to put a pin in it there. Actually, we will save who we were going to talk about. We were going to mention Mr. Ralph, but Mr. Brandon Ralph, but we will touch upon him.
Ruth?
Ralph, Ruth. I don't know.
Okay, I thought we were doing him next show. Anyway.
I thought we were. Well, I was gonna put him in here because he only, he's only around really for that one movie, sort of, kind of, sort of. But we'll talk about him later. He's fine. I called him already. So I'm gonna put a pin in it there. And I want to again thank you guys so much for talking about Superman. We have so much more Superman to talk about, and we will get to those next time. Until then, though, we're gonna play Who Are You? So, you guys know how this works. I'm going to play a clip. Tell me who it is and or what it's from. Let's play the clip.
Stand by to execute checkpoint tracking plan on Harvey Satan. Are all our agents at their proper checkpoints? Good. I'm putting a hold on my shoe and switching to my wallet. Hello, checkpoint Charlie? Is that you, 99? Pick up suspect at West Street exit. Yes, that would be north on Leonard Street. Uh-huh. He's in his car. Good. Hello, Central. I'm switching to my eyeglasses. Put a hold on my wallet, but keep my shoe open.
All right. So I played that clip for you earlier, and so Joe, do you know who that is and or what it's from?
Actually, one of my childhood heroes, Maxwell Smart.
Maxwell Smart.
And
Maxwell Smart.
Is it Don Adams?
Don Adams, yeah.
Don Adams, absolutely.
Now, if you want which episode, you'd have to be a major fan.
Oh yeah, I can't give you the episode because I watched them all at least 2 or 3 times when I was growing up because, like I said, he was a hero. I mean, as bumbling as he was, Don Adams was like the best.
Well, if you're saying Maxwell Smart, that means you're obviously saying it's from Get Smart.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Timothy, are you? It sounds like you're agreeing with that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Is that Maxwell Smart, Mr. Don Adams?
Yeah. Of course it is.
Of course it is, Mr. Don Adams is Maxwell Smart. I love Get Smart, and it's funny because
I'm putting a hold on my shoe and switching to my wallet.
Anybody who knows me, I'm a James Bond fan, and for years I watched Get Smart earlier before I became a James Bond fan, even know who he was. And I'm rewatching the whole thing now because, like Lois and Clark, I never saw it all the way through. And I say, oh my gosh, it makes so much more sense now.
It's less funny if it makes sense.
It's still funny, but that's why it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it makes me think to myself that, as bumbling and frankly not so smart he is.
Right.
If he can get someone like 99, then that means there's hope for me out there.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was awesome. I mean,
she was.
She
was. I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's
it's not
there.
that kind of show. Remember?
It's not that kind of show.
How many imaginary girlfriends do you have?
I'd rather not go through the list. Besides, I have to call Terry after this anyway. So.
Okay.
And Stacy,
We'll,
too.
we'll get her and Marinette together, let them hash it out.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, that's where we're going to put a pin in it. It has been so much fun to talk about more Superman with you guys, so I appreciate you guys coming on. Go check out Superboy, go check out Lois and Clark, and go check out Smallville. They're all different, but they're all still the same at the same time. So until then, thank you guys. Thank you to our Magic Tech team. My name is Dan Stiletti. This has been As the Real Turns. That's a wrap.